Dear students, today we are going to know about a very interesting topic. You know, all everybody needs the knowledge of this concept. With this knowledge, we can write accurate and we can speak also with fluence. The concept or the topic gives us or enriches our learning abilities or writing or reading abilities also. Sentences have been divided on the basis of the meaning and word order. They are the declarative or assertive sentences, interrogative sentences, imperative sentences, and exclamatory sentences. But on the basis of class structures, the sentences have been divided into again four types. They are simple, compound, complex, and the compound complex sentences. Now about this, I have written here some examples. See, first one, look at these examples. The sky is blue, the cow gives milk. The annual sports will be held tomorrow. It will be held tomorrow. Observe these three sentences. These three sentences are broadly divided into two. It is the subject and it is the predicate. It is the subject and it is the predicate. And this is the subject and it is the predicate. We know by this a sentence which has got only one subject and one predicate is known as or is called a simple sentence. It means in a simple sentence we find only one subject and one predicate. It means one main clause. It is the simple sentence. Come to the second one. Read the following examples. Here also we find three examples. 1, 2, 3. John went to the station and boarded Delhi train. Here in the sentence we find two parts. John went to the station and boarded Delhi train. John boarded Delhi train. John went to the station. Two main clauses are joined or connected by the and it is the coordinating conjunction. It is about the first sentence. Come to the second sentence. You can go by bus or by train. It means you can go by bus or you can go by train. Here also these two main clauses are added by the coordinating conjunction are. Coming to the third sentence. He went to Delhi, got his visa and came back. Here three sentences are here. Three main clauses are here. These clauses are connected by the coordinating conjunction and. It means when we observe the whole picture, then we come to conclusion that we find two main clauses in a sentence. When we find two main sentences are combined by coordinating conjunctions, that kind of sentences are called compound sentences. It is the compound sentence. Compound sentence. Come to the third one. Examine the following sentences. Here I have written three sentences. I shall do as I like. If you study well, you pass the exam. When you went there, we find that he had gone. When we observe these three sentences, we come to know that I shall do is a main clause and as I like you is a subordinate clause. And here, if you study well, is a subordinate clause and you pass the examination is the main clause. And here, when we went there, we find that he had got. It is the main clause and it is the subordinate clause. And then one thing here we are knowing we are having here a combination of one main clause and one subordinate clause. We know what is subordinate clause and what is main clause. Main clause is an independent clause. It depends on its own and it does not depend on others. Contrary to that, a subordinate clause is a dependent clause. It doesn't stand on its own and it depends on the main clause for the meaning. Here we see one main clause and one subordinate clause, each these three sentences. And here, when we are writing the main clause first, we do not know, we do not use, there is no need to use comma here. And when we utilize subordinate clause first, then we have to utilize the comma, we have to use the comma at the end of the subordinate clause. Here, by these examples, we know that when we find in a sentence a main clause and a subordinate clause, then it is known as complex sentence. It is known as complex sentence. It means in a complex sentence, there we find main clause and a subordinate clause. Complex sentence. Complex sentence. Come to the fourth one. Here also two examples. Look at these sentences. While a man played the harmonium, the boys sang and the girls danced. Here. And the second one. I knew that he was ill, but I did not know that he suffered from cancer. Here, in this type of sentence, we find only one subordinate clause. How we identify a subordinate clause in the sentence is by identifying the subordinate conjunction. Here, while the man played the harmonium is a subordinate clause and the boys sang and the girls danced. These two are the main clauses. And here also, I knew that he was ill, but I did not know that he suffered from. I know it is a main clause. He was ill is and but I did not know is also a main clause. That he suffered from cancer is a subordinate clause. In these clauses, in these issues, when we find in the sentences only one subordinate clause and more than two or two main clauses, then in that situation we call that sentences as compound complex sentences. Compound complex. Compound complex. Yes. It's about a small note on the simple compound complex and compound complex sentences. This type of division is on the basis of class structure. On the basis of class structure. CLA. Class structure. Means on the class structure, sentences have been defined into 4 types. They are simple sentences, compound sentences, complex sentences, and compound complex sentences. In simple sentence only we find one subject and one predicate. It means one main class, and here two main classes, and here one main class and one subordinate class, and this compound complex two main classes and at least one subordinate class. It is a simple note about the simple, compound, complex and compound complex sentences.